Hey, who did you talk to? What's going on? It is Wednesday, November 15th, 2023. For us math geeks, let's do 5 minus 1 is 4, minus 1 is 3, minus 1 is 2. 2 plus 3 is 5. How did I screw that up? I am King Michael.
I'm Dreamy David Barr.
Mandy the Machine.
Cyn Shrader Hill Author.
And this is Legit Paranormal News brought to you by legitpodcast.com. And now for our top story, David.
All right,
Dave,
yes.
I got to say this. First off, I'm really cold. Like, you know what's funny is I'm matching our backdrop. Like, I'm freezing. Secondly, I've kind of had it with people, and it happened today because no one would let me out.
Oh, I hate that.
It was one of those days when no one would let me out. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's a red light right there, guy. The cars are backed up to here. You're still gonna just park. You're gonna actually stop your car in front of that street I'm trying to get out of.
Yep.
You're that guy. And the thing is, I'm like, whoever it is, I just start swearing at the top of my lungs, hoping they see my face animated, like tell them to go, Anyways, here's a list of people. These are their actual names. Legitimate, bona fide names. Some I actually know. But here we go. I'm going to start easy. We'll get worse. Vanderson Anderson. Now, you got to blame the parents at the beginning of this whole list. But gee, come on. Come on. All right. So Vanderson Anderson. Paige Turner.
Yeah.
Right?
I kind of like that one.
Yeah, but it's a real name. Paige Turner. Now, some of these names are not English names, so they have weird spellings, but they still are pronounced the same way. This one is MRR. It's like Mr. Last name is PERV. Perv. Mr. Perv. There's a Batman bin Superman. So pronounced Batman bin Superman. Batman bin Superman.
Wow.
Yep. Tokyo Sex Whale.
No.
Oh yeah. Yeah, her last name is Sex Whale. And it's Tokyo Sex Whale.
That's a stripper name. That's a stripper name.
No, but it's not. Marijuana Pepsi Jackson.
No.
That's a real name. Now, here's my favorite one. Well, not my favorite, but it's favorite reason. Nyquilla Jackson. Spelled capital N, small y, capital Q, small u, small I, small L, small A. Nyquilla Jackson. Why are you shaking your head no, Cyn? So on this list, this is the person that I know. I was working at college and she came to sign up for classes and submitted her application to me. And me being me, Of course, I said the wrong thing. I'm like, you breaking my balls? Like, Nyquilla? Because it, no. I don't care what you name your kid, but it was capital N, small y, big Q, UILA. Like, they did it like the bottle. Like, I couldn't believe this girl's name was Nyquilla Jackson. Okay. Oh boy. Adrian and Dios Black Eyes. Adrian Dios Black Eyes. It's the name is the longest first name I've ever. An ass a fat. Oh, an ass a fat ass. ANASS. Oh yeah, that's his name. AFADASS. An ass a fat ass. Not joking.
Those names.
Barry shit peas.
What? No.
Yep. Yes. Now I'm gonna spell this one first. It's spelled BICH. Middle name is F. It's PHUC. Last name is DAT. Asian. That is his last name. So it's legitimately, bitch. Fuck that. Just ain't his name. This is now. This girl, right? Just so you get an idea, she looks like she's like a really like House on the Prairie type blonde like 80s white girl. Her name though is Chardonnay Hooker. Yeah, like wrong name, wrong body. Just pick the wrong person. Charity Beaver. Yep. There's Chip Monk. Christian Guy. Cookie Facey.
What?
Yes. Cookie Facey. Yeah. Someone named that kid. Yeah. Crystal Metheny.
No.
Metheny.
Why would someone
Crystal
do
Metheny. Yeah. You know what? That girl has her destiny written in her name. She can't avoid it. Because you know what funny is? That's the one I got from the mugshot photo. And you can look up Crystal Metheny by her mugshot. First name is Deja. Last name Viau.
No.
Asia
Vu.
that?
Come
I
on.
like that. I like that too.
First name is Dew, Dew. Just short for Andrew. I don't know. Middle name is U, initial U. Last name is Nomie. Do you know me? Not making that up either. All right. Just to get these out of the way. It was way too many dicks. No, okay. Look. Wait, hold on. It's a comment. They're probably gonna make. Let's see this. Lots of news out here in the paranormal field. Hey, all right. Well, let me get back to my dick jokes. There's the names for Dick. Dick Burger. Dick Kock. So Dick Cock. Swett. Dick Sweat. This is my favorite, and this is actually a real guy. His last name was Everhard. And the guy goes by Dick Everhard.
No.
Yes. And then there's Dorothy and Dick Tickler. let me end with one local legend. And I don't know if Dave remembers this one. This is local. It's from Rhode Island. And I remember my cousins, the Murrays, the only Irish cousins I have in the whole Italian family, right? And they were crazy. They always knew like all the great. You know Mud, Dave, Steve Murray?
No.
All right. So the guy's first name is Bippin, Bippin. Now, understand, I'm a kid when I first saw this. So that first name Bippin is funny to me. Middle initial is B. Last name is Dikshit. Bippin B. Dickshit was in the Rhode Island phone book. And it was like, oh my God. And they showed it to us, of course, the Murrays did. And I couldn't stop talking about it. So about 2 years ago, I actually was like, did I make that up in my head, or did I really see that as a kid? And I went and I looked up, and his name is it's Bipin Bahari Dixit. His real name is Bipin Bahari Dixit, and he is from Rhode Island. Was from Rhode Island, and by the damn it, in the phone book, it's last name first. So I don't know why the Murrays were looking for Dick shit, but Bipin B, that name is stuck in my head. Bipin B Dick shit. That's an actual guy.
So,
that's
can I interject something really quick?
yeah, I'm all done. You can go ahead.
Oh, well, this was when we went on our honeymoon. We went on an Alaskan cruise, and it was rainy one night. So we went to this show instead. And they had a drawing, you'd put your name in for different things, and you might win a free trip to one of the glaciers, just different things. But one of the Greg and I got there a little bit late, so we sat in the back, and there was a couple sitting in front of us, and the first name they called out was Harry Balls. We busted. It was the guy in front of us. We saw him everywhere, and that was his real name.
It's what I feel the worst for, though, is it's when a woman gets married and she's just setting herself up for like the worst name possible. Like somehow his last name and her first name just don't work, and they like that poor girl that does the news, that does like the independent news. It's like Breaking Points or something like that. Her first name is Crystal. Her husband's last name was Ball. She's trying to be a news person and has to use the name Crystal Ball. I think she's great. I do. I just, whatever. She's independent. She's doing really well. So that's why I'm a fan of it. But imagine your name is Crystal and you meet a guy, James Ball, and you're thinking, as ladies, I would think you would think immediately, James Ball, Crystal Ball. Oh, fuck. Right?
Yeah. Unless you're a witch.
Okay.
Maybe I'm a witch. That'd be good.
Back to my news voice. Over to you, David.
I got one quick story on this theme. At an old job that I worked at, we had this kid, Andrew. His last name was Palmer. His dad's name was Richard. But I don't know why he would go by the name Dick. So
Dick Palmer.
Every so often, the receptionist would page the whole building saying, Andrew, Dick Palmer is on line 1. Dick Palmer is on line 1. Like, why would you do that to yourself? Just say Richard Palmer.
Right.
Richard.
I don't understand the whole Richard Dick thing anyway, like how people get the nickname Dick from Richard. But
well, yeah. What about Jackie for John?
What?
Yeah.
I've never heard that one.
Yeah. There's John. If guy's name is John, for some reason you double his name. And then think about Michael. Mike, Mike. Like, where's the K come from? Like, that's a totally different letter for me that's involved in my name. Like, ridiculous. Over to you, David.
all right. Question for all three of you. What do you think happens when you die?
Ooh.
Mike.
Yeah, you want me to go first?
No.
Why not?
I think the energy stays lingering in the area where you pass for a little bit and then slowly disperses. And I think it disperses depending on how much you are willing to let go.
Okay.
And then I think you go to the next level, like Mario. Picture Super Mario. You beat Donkey Kong. We go to the next level, and we're gonna find out that we as people don't really matter, and that the whole ego thing is stupid, and it's gonna be this harmonious like cloud of sparkles. Dave, thanks for asking me first.
All right. No, it's cool. It's all good. I mean, we don't know. We won't know till we're dead.
No, I know, Dave. I know. That's what I'm saying.
Cyn, what do you think?
I think that our body tries to figure out what just happened. I think our energy is around for a little while. And I honestly think that we have people come back to kind of help us along.
Okay.
When we decide to or to not go wherever, I think that's when we go on. I do think that part of us can come back and forth too.
Okay. So you think we have a decision?
I think it's hard if we get killed. It's hard for us to accept.
Yeah.
If we're dying slowly, and I die, I'm probably gonna go, hey, yeah, I know that. Boom, Mandy.
Yeah.
I think depending on the situation, you do linger around for a while, and especially if you have loved ones that are really taking it hard and they don't cut that spiritual cord, a spirit might want to linger around until they feel like their family is, not going through the emotions still. Because it just depends. It could linger on for a long time with family members, but you wouldn't want to see your family upset. I think spirit would want to hang around until they feel like, okay, it's okay to go now and go. But sometimes if they don't cut the spiritual cord, it can kind of leave them, I think, here, the energy here.
Okay.
So, and I do think they do go eventually. Yes. I think family members come. I really do.
All right.
They come as your angels. They come back as your angels to kind of guide you.
All right, cool. I read some interesting things by Alex Collier, who is an Andromedan contactee. So he's been contacted by multi-dimensional alien time-traveling beings. And according to the information that he's received, he says that when you die, you have choices. You don't know this, but you do have choices. And then he's mentioned, some of the things like you may see yourself standing next to your body or floating above. Hey, Virgil. You might be around your loved ones or EMTs or whatever your circumstances are. And he says, you'll see yourself and you hear a voice and you see the tunnel of light. A lot of people talk about the tunnel of light, right?
Yep.
So you're hearing a voice calling you, telling you to come on through to the tunnel, right? So he says, you're standing there, you're looking at the tunnel of light, and you have a choice. He says, we can choose to go up the tunnel of light, where we get reunited with our loved ones and crossed over. But then he says, we get put into a system where we're essentially caught in a reincarnation cycle, a loop. He calls this the soul trap. It's kind of like the movie Soul by Pixar. I don't know if you guys have seen that.
No.
If you haven't, it's a cool movie.
Mm-hmm.
Nope.
But he says there's another option that most people don't realize is open to us. He says you can turn around, you can put the tunnel of light behind you, and you'll see the entire universe. Now, if you choose the universe over the tunnel of light, you will return to whichever dimension you came from, where your soul reincarnated from. So he's saying you could return to the 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th dimension, wherever. So if you choose the universe, he says you have to say to yourself, I wish to go home. And as soon as you say that, you're going to be transported to the dimension you are from.
I've heard something like this before. I hear when you pass away, if you look behind you, they say you're going to end up coming back, and they say don't go that way unless you want to repeat another life cycle again.
See, now Alex is saying if you go through the tunnel of light, you end up coming back and being reincarnated. So he's saying if you look the other way, you break that cycle of reincarnation.
Interesting.
Oh.
I've always heard it was behind you, kind of something like that. And if you go forward, then you are going over. Hi, Adam. But behind you, I guess there's just a misunderstanding. Some people, interpret it differently.
First off, tunnel of light sounds too much like tunnel of love, and I just think of these big round things that float on water and go way too slow on purpose. And then secondly, everyone claims to have had past lives. Everyone that I've ever spoken to on this, and I don't think I did have one. And I've brought that up to people before, and they've been like, "Well," I'm like, "What if like? Why do we all have to be reincarnated? Like, when some of us get a chance to say, I don't want to go back and do all this." Because I had one medium. I almost had a large medium. And what I meant by that was like a big medium person that's a medium. Forget it. So, anyways, that he said to me that on my 27th go around, and that I already passed on like 15, but for some reason I'm still sticking around. But he thinks that I'm gonna go this time, and I'm like, that doesn't even make sense. How many 27 lifetimes? Jesus, Christopher, how far back in time we going? No, really, how far back in time we going? Say I'm 15 now, dude. All right, 27 times 50. What do you get? 5, 7, 35, 3, 15, 180, like 1850, something like that. Is that what it is?
We need the math geeks.
35 times. Let me just. I think it's 1850. What did I just say it was? What did I just say? Give me the numbers I just said.
50 times something.
50 times 27.
27 times 50.
0, 35, 2, 0. That's 10. Boom. 1350. 1,350 years ago. So I started when? In like 700? What the fuck? I mean, like, for real? Like 27 times? All right. Sorry, Dave.
No, but you know what? You say that, but other people claim that there are lives between lives. So, you know, if you're hanging around before you reincarnate, you would have to factor that time in. So there's another variable for the math geeks.
Hey, Atkins tumblers. Let me tell you something about Atkins tumblers. They keep the hot stuff hot and the cold stuff cold.
I've heard that.
What else do I want from a tumbler?
What else could you want?
No, I mean, that's it. Anyway, I'm sorry, Dave, back to you.
So he goes on to say that we're multidimensional and we're in many places at once. And he's finally sharing this information. He says this comes from a being named Vicious, who is one of the Andromedan beings that he has been in contact with. So he said that most people never turn around and look what's behind you. This comes from Vicious, the being. And then he claims that when you ask what's behind you, it's freedom. Freedom from Earth, freedom from the reincarnation cycle. So this all comes from an alien being that this guy has been in contact with for about 30 or so years.
You know what's funny is, I actually believe in that scenario more than I believe in the fact that he's been talking to some alien being that sounds like androgynous for like the last 10 years. I don't believe him, but I believe what he's saying, if that makes any sense to anyone but me.
So this guy's pretty well known in the UFO community. When I started, trying to dig up information on who this guy was. So he's contacted these Andromedans. He claims to have been with them. He's also one of the people that believes that reptilian aliens are here on Earth and they're malicious and they're trying to, increase the climate and prepare the planet for their invasion. So this guy kind of, I don't know, he goes down the rabbit hole quite a bit. It's pretty interesting going from, talking about what happens when you die and death and reincarnation to all this alien stuff that he claims is going on and that they've infiltrated us, they've infiltrated the governments and things like that.
That's two different types of aliens right there, right?
Yeah.
Because some aliens could be angels, could be whatever our train of thought takes us to, whatever. We end up in the same spot. We're all going to the same place. So we end up there. They could be whatever. But then aliens that come down and that's like the TV show V.
Yes, it is a lot like V. So this guy is saying the Andromedans are fighting with us to prevent these reptilian aliens from destroying humanity and the Earth. He also claims that humans consist of a mix of 22 extraterrestrial races. So we're a combination of 22 different types of aliens.
Wow.
Really?
That's hard to believe. No, it is. Nah. I have this weird theory that there's like an alien race of all of our basic animals, insects type things. Like we have what are we, 97% similar to like a chimpanzee? Aren't we that close?
Yeah, something like that.
Right? So if we're that evolution, then there would be a reptilian evolution, right? Because it's not the same. I in my weird head, I had this weird universe where, I could believe that because I could see them evolving just like kind of we did. But I also think they should do a Back to the Future with Eric Stoltz in it, and just have Michael J. Fox make a cameo to do one of those cross things. That would be dope as all hell. They really should think about doing that. Bring Eric Stoltz and do Back to the Future with him in it this time, because we all know the story. And Michael J. Fox makes a cameo. They look at each other funny. We all laugh. It's a great movie. I'm sorry,
That
Dave.
would be good.
Just thought of it.
Alex apparently did an interview in 1994 where he said that all human life originates from the constellation Lyra. He said that the aliens from Andromeda were humans in every way, but they were 4 to 8 feet tall with white and blue skin. So I don't know, that's not very human to me. He talks about missing children. He said, have you guys heard remember the whole Pizzagate thing? Where
Yep.
they're saying there's this one pizza parlor where kids
Yep.
are kidnapped and shipped to. He says
Yep.
that those kids were kidnapped in order to feed the reptilian aliens, or they would extract that thing from the kids, and that's how the aliens are being kept alive here.
So let me throw in allegedly as much as I can right now, so I don't get myself in trouble. Allegedly. So the Pizzagate thing allegedly got awful. Allegedly, when allegedly a guy went allegedly there allegedly shoot the place up allegedly, or bomb it allegedly, something like that allegedly. It got allegedly people so riled up allegedly that they actually allegedly went there allegedly and allegedly was trying to shoot allegedly guns like allegedly at people allegedly I guess that's all I gotta say. But yeah, it gets weird, the Pizzagate thing. But on that same token, allegedly, we keep kids keep entering the country. Let me put it that way. Allegedly, and they're unaccounted for. Allegedly. I don't even know. That's hearsay. It's a joke. It's actually just a joke. That's weird to me too, right?
Well, allegedly, those alleged children are allegedly being used to allegedly maintain the allegedly reptilian alien race that's looking to allegedly create the New World Order, control the world, and politicians.
Allegedly Oprah. Allegedly. Allegedly Maui. Allegedly blue. Allegedly houses. Allegedly didn't. Allegedly burn. Allegedly, or red. Allegedly, I don't even know, but it's one color. And allegedly, guess who had that color house and owns tons of property there? Allegedly, the same person that keeps coming out with a new diet every year, and everybody buys into it. But yet I go, that's number 12. Why would you still listen to her after she's on her 12th different one? Not one is stuck? Okay, Dave, sorry. Allegedly.
He also reveals that these reptilian aliens are called Draconians, and they're from the planet Alpha Draconis.
What?
And the CIA is trying to prevent him from getting all this information out to the general public. So
you gotta be honest,
kind of on like a watch list.
I gotta be honest. This is the type of guy though. At like if it's a party and like a social gathering, and he starts telling me this stuff, I go the other side of the room. Like he's got stories that are like ridiculous. Like he had me at like speaking to the thing for 10 years, but now he's going here and he's got names for stuff like draconian. Like he makes you think of this lizard that's gonna suck blood. He's got all these images. It's like he's writing a Harlequin, but paranormal, a paranormal Harlequin.
You mentioned V. I also think of that episode of Star Trek where Captain Kirk was trapped on that planet with that giant reptilian alien. I don't know. That's kind of the thing.
No.
Running
What
through
was
my mind.
Was it Lost in Space where they would walk by the reptiles and they would snap out of place and come after the people? You know the TV show I'm talking about in the 70s? Just scared the shit out of me as a kid. I'd be a little kid watching the show. My brother would be like, "Oh, it's good. It's good. We just watched Mr. Rogers, and I got to watch this stuff and have anxiety." I'm like, "Oh, the guy's lizard moved." I don't need that at 4.
So there are rumors that this guy is dead, but he is still alive. He's still communicating with the Andromedans, and his mission is to help the human race prepare for the coming war against the draconian reptilians.
All right. That sounds like a lot. It's a lot.
I thought the like what happens when you die thing was cool, and then I went down the rabbit hole of trying to get more information about this guy, and I was like, whoa.
It's like finding out a weird guy said something good once.
I've heard of draconians though, from
I
somewhere
don't. Look, he might even be completely right. I'm just saying it got weirder as Dave spoke. Every word Dave said, I was going, no, this is getting. Oh, now we're getting really. It got really strange. That's all I'm saying.
It got stranger the more I read about the guy. Like, I was just like, whoa. I thought I found this cool thing, and then went down a completely different rabbit hole.
That happens all the time, Dave. I get into slap fights. I get into like reptiles biting people. My favorite is 2 favorite things to watch. Sorry, Dave. Sorry, is people falling on ice. And then
I just went down that rabbit hole yesterday. People were like diving into water, thinking it was water, and it was frozen, and they just
no. My favorite is, no offense, is all right. Females fall all wrong. You guys fall wrong. I'm being dead honest. Guys, we just fall like lumps. Women try to put their hands out to stop everything, and it just for ice. Oh, it makes it so much better, but so much worse because they're like trying to figure it out. It's just like, dude, just fall. I'm thinking the whole time, lady, just fall. And no, she won't do it. And she eventually falls. And then the other one, walking into glass.
And when we stand up,
glass?
What? When we stand up or do that, walk into glass, you look around to see if anybody saw you first.
Well, walking into the glass one though, if you look that up on YouTube, there's people that you love it.
I've been down that rabbit hole.
My sister would be one of them.
And then, Dave, not to get even stranger, there's a couple where the people walk and the glass just shatters.
Oh, God.
There's one guy who, for some reason, looks up like this, looks at the glass, and then he just runs at it like with his face first and smashes his way out. Just look up people running into glass and people slipping on ice. And I'm telling you, it's not like you're kind of being mean for enjoying it. But oh my God, there's nothing better for me. Those are my 2 favorite go-tos. Go ahead, Dave. I'm sorry.
I got 2 more quick things. So, it's bad enough we're dealing with these reptilian draconians, right? But according to Alex, they've teamed up with the Greys from Zeta Reticuli 2 to form a powerful alliance. And on top of that, the draconian reptilian aliens have replaced most of our leaders, our elected leaders. They're really reptilians in disguise.
Do you ever hear the Vladimir Putin? Ever hear the Vladimir Putin story of when he met Queen Elizabeth?
No.
This is actually something he said. So this isn't me saying allegedly. He actually said this. So you guys don't go. You guys are all paranormal, but you don't go down these weird holes that I do. Like that, I guess probably don't make sense.
Was it a quote about lizard eyes?
Not just that. Yeah, her eyes blinked the other way, and she showed him her teeth. He said as a way to intimidate him when they were alone together. No, it was like her way of showing that she's this.
I mean, that would intimidate me.
He wasn't intimidated though. He immediately went back to Russia, shirtless on a horse, and went hunting.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
Allegedly.
One more thing, like the government is covering up all these like alien crash landings and visitations and stuff because if people knew what was really going on, there would be an uprising in the country. Like if America knew that we were being ruled by reptilian aliens, there would be a revolt, and the government doesn't want to deal with that.
So, yeah, listen. Stating that at this stage of the game is like being Captain Obvious, which would be a great name. Yeah, of course. I mean, like, of course they're hiding stuff, and of course they're slowly telling us stuff to get us ready for stuff. I truly believe that, right? They're slowly getting us ready. You know, in 2027, we're going to know exactly where that, what is it? The asteroid's going to hit in 2036. Like that genius Neil Tyson deGrasse. Is that his name?
I think you have the last name's right. I don't know about the first.
deGrasse.
Yeah,
Anyways,
I know who you're talking about.
He was explaining, and it is true, that there's a comet, an asteroid headed towards us. But there's a chance that it'll go through what he's calling a keyhole area. But if it were to make it through that keyhole area, it would hit. Oh boy, I think the East Coast is fine. I think it's the other side of the country, but the water would go. He was claiming the waves would go 48 miles in from each area, right? With his ocean from this thing, it would be a complete, like, we'd lose a lot of people, and it would change everything. And he's like, there's a chance that it can happen. We won't know till 2027 when we can finally map out its trajectory. And I'm like, why don't I know that? Why didn't I know that? That's something I want to know. I'm waiting for 2027 now. I get it marked on my calendar. I'm like, if I'm still alive, make sure to check for the asteroid.
You said 2027 is when you can find out about it, but it's supposed to be here 2030 what?
2036. Like, in other words, they'll be able to tell if it, for some, and I think it's got like a 5 to 10% chance. So it's not like stupid. But if it does get that chance and hits the keyhole area, gets like through this one space, then they'll know that it's going to hit us. And they won't know where, I guess. But the theory is that it's on this other side of the world. Australia? I don't. You know what? I don't know maps. The thing is with me, I couldn't even tell you where the states are. I'm that guy. You show me a map, it's blank. I'm like, I don't know, dude. I couldn't name. I knew California, Florida, and maybe I'll get New York, Massachusetts, Rhode Island correct. Other than that, Washington State, I'm good. I'm out. You get me in the middle? I don't know. I don't know. Dave, sorry, back to you.
That's it. That's all I got.
Right.
So we gotta prepare for the upcoming war with the Greys and the Reptilians.
You ever notice how, like, all of this stuff is like how the future is going to be bad? Like, it's all like these catastrophes that just could happen, that just might happen, right? Right? There's never been one like, ooh, something good's going to come. Oh my God, there's a chance that candy's going to rain from the sky. We're all going to have, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Augustus Goomp. Like, nothing good.
What if it ends up like Star Trek, and we get contacted by the Federation of Planets, and everything's cool? You know, hey, we get the invitation. Hey, you guys are ready.
Oh, like we get to be our own species, and we get to hang out with like a Star Wars barroom sort of group of people.
Yeah.
Ooh.
That I like.
I can get with that.
You know, I don't even care if we have like this one race that's above us. As long as we're still treated like cows, which is how I believe we're treated. Like, just you're ambivalent. Like, in other words, you know, you watch it walk around, you'll kill it, you'll eat it, you'll drink milk, you make it into leather. Like, you don't really care. It's there. You don't want to mess with a cow, but sometimes you have to. That's what I think. Cyn, you're up.
Okay. So I'm talking about the top 10 creepiest museums in the world. Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Museum of Death, Hollywood, California.
I've been there.
Have you? I'm jealous. I'm jealous. Largest collection of artwork created by serial killers.
They had John Wayne Gacy's on display when I went there.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. You don't see anything wrong with paying money to go and look at art done by somebody who killed more than one person.
It's not just art. They have all kinds of stuff in there, which I'm sure Cyn is about to tell us about.
You can also see videos of autopsies, deaths, photos of Charles Manson crime scenes, execution devices, etc.
They had the preserved severed head of the first person who was beheaded in France.
Wow, really?
Yes. And
So is it like Planet Hollywood?
But for serial killers.
They also had the bunk beds and the uniforms that remember the people that killed themselves when the Hale-Bopp comet went by?
Yeah. They wore those nice
they had their
black
uniforms
Nikes.
in their bunk beds.
They wore the sweet black Nikes with the white swish. That's all I remember about them is their sneakers. I know they made bad decisions, but bought nice sneakers. Other than that, I got nothing on that whole group, allegedly.
If you're gonna drink the Kool-Aid, you might as well go out in style, you know.
Right?
Yeah, but my family still buys shoes for me that are like a size too small. Like I can't find. I have to go out and just buy myself sneakers all the time because I go through them. Like I'm an 11.5. I swear to you, they buy me like a 10.5 or 11.
Do you tell them?
I go through the end of what I'm saying is that was a waste of brand new Nikes. Like, you know how many kids had to work to make those? Never mind. Dave, I'm sorry, send back to you.
But do you tell them they get the wrong size?
Oh yeah. But then again, for the record, I don't know my sizes, and I've been wrong for a long time. I figured that out recently.
You might have just lied about what your size is.
No, I didn't lie. I just don't know. I didn't even know my height until like about, I don't know, a year and a half ago. I was like, yeah. I mean, dead honest. I didn't even know my weight. I don't know nothing. I'm blank.
You know, you can Google all that, how to measure for your shoe size and all that kind of stuff.
Or you can go to
online.
They used to have, what was it, Buster Brown's or Tom Sawyer, or
Yeah.
something like that, where they blow up a balloon for you, where some guy get that metal thing, you put your foot in it uncomfortably, and he clicked that thing, and you thought he was going to rip your foot up, but he's just measuring how long your foot was, mean that, like that sort of thing?
Yep.
Well, I'm going to put
that
on my list.
Yeah.
I'll put that on my list. Yeah.
All right. Second museum, Mutter Museum in Philadelphia. I really want to go to this one. Dave, have you been to that one?
I have not.
Oh, let's go. It's a collection of medical deformities started in 1858 by Dr. Thomas Dent Mutter. Inside, you'll find body of conjoined twins, a baby turned inside out, former President Grover Cleveland's tumor, a 9-foot colon that once contained over 40 pounds of feces. I really don't want to see that one. And a wall of skulls with descriptions on how each person died.
Huh.
So, I now know the last place on Earth I would ever go is this place. And you know what? Now I can tell people that they go, what was the last place you'd ever go on Earth? I go, this Muerta place in Philly. Why? Why? First off, disclaimer, I've been to Philadelphia, had a great time. Secondly,
Philly's great.
I hate Philly.
What?
I hate the Philadelphia Eagles. I hate the Eagles so much that I hate Philadelphia. It's such a passion with me with the Philadelphia Eagles and their fans. I hate them so much. And I'm going to go to Philly to go see gross stuff. All I got to do is walk the streets around the stadium.
Mike, Philly's a great town.
I had a great time there.
Mike, have you seen Bill Burr versus Philadelphia on YouTube? All right.
But listen, I'm sorry, apologize. Philadelphia, right? It's my younger brother's bachelor party. He's the only. We all went to Vegas or someplace cool. He picks Philadelphia, right? So it's like, you know what I mean? Boring. So Now, I don't know how you guys are on bachelorette parties, or Dave, how you handle a bachelor party. I know I froze, but we start drinking the minute we. All right, this is wrong. I shouldn't say this. Allegedly, sometimes allegedly, back in the day, allegedly, you would start drinking allegedly in a van, allegedly, if you weren't driving, allegedly, obviously, allegedly. But we wait till we parked. But we would start drinking early. Now, he's upstairs showering, being like, it was like the next day we did an all-nighter. I actually got a front row seats to the Sixers because I called the office and I claimed I was this lawyer and I was mad about this purchase. They bumped us up to the front row. That was one of our great stories. But secondly, we're hammered. It's like, I don't know, like 4 o'clock in the afternoon. We're eating waffles in that like diner they have in the hotel. And in comes Ben Franklin. And I mean Ben Franklin. This guy's got the whole fucking deal. The outfit, the head, the hair, the cane. The cane had booze in it. He was Ben Franklin. So someone at the table goes, we see him. Someone goes, we should try to get. It'd be awesome if we could get Ben Franklin to surprise your brother when he came out of the shower. And I started shaking. And they're like, "You all right?" And it was like tears that were forming. Like, you know when a little kid wants to cry, but they just make that face? The cry doesn't come out, and you're waiting for it, and then it comes, and it's so loud. That was me with humor. Because all I muttered out was, we can get Ben Franklin to surprise. In other words, that's an easy do. I got up, we went over, I gave him like $40. So now we're going upstairs to surprise my brother coming out of the shower, which I do have video of, where my brother comes out of the shower and he won't come out because he thinks it's going to be like a stripper or something like that. Yeah, he was told he can't have that. So he's so nervous coming out of the shower. He comes out in a towel and there's Ben Franklin sitting on his bed. It's like one of the greatest things in the world. However, I have this one friend or a mutual friend of me and my brother's that's got a very sick sense of humor. Like he's just that guy that does the timing. So there's like 7 of us. We all get in the elevator with Ben Franklin. Boom. We're on our way up to the room. It goes dead quiet. And all you hear is, "Oh, I can't wait to Ben Franklin." And I go, "Oh, no, he didn't mean that. He didn't mean that." We're all going, I can't say the word. It's not allowed on YouTube. I'm going, he didn't mean that. He didn't mean that. Like, I was like, dude, don't. But that's his sense of humor. And like, it was funny, like now, but in the moment, I was like, "Oh, dude, don't say that. Don't say that. You're going to scare the guy to death. We're hammered. We're all hammered. Ben Franklin's not a big guy." All right. Cyn, are you still going? YouTube.
Yeah, I was until tangent. But okay,
Sorry,
so in Fort Mitchell, Kentucky, there's the Vent Haven Ventriloquist Museum. I'm gonna pass that one.
I'd go. No. That now, see? Nah, I'd go. Are there any comedian ones? Any famous ones? Howdy Doody? Like, what do we got?
Slappy?
It holds. There's a billionaire amateur ventriloquist that owns it, or he started it. Holds 750 dolls, largest collection in the world. There are 4 dummies from well-known ventriloquist William Wood.
What did William Wood do?
I don't know.
I actually like.
He was a ventriloquist. He had 4 dolls at least.
I had a Bozo one when I was a kid. Do you remember that? Sears Dave sold the Bozo, the clown ventriloquist doll. I had that. I still do puppets today. I do that TV show, Puppets with Problems. I swear to God, I still, to this day, at 50 years old, I still do 12 different puppet voices. I just keep it to myself because I know I don't want to show you guys.
What?
Scare everybody to death. Go ahead,
Now
Cyn.
everybody knows you didn't keep it to yourself.
Yeah, no one's gonna go back and listen to what I just said and go look it up.
Somebody's gonna say they want to hear your voices.
Oh no, they're all over YouTube. I've done over 80 something episodes of Puppets with Problems. That's an actual puppet show that I've done. It stars 12 different puppets, mostly
what?
Italian. What?
It's called what?
It's got a name. It's Puppets with
What is
Problems. Puppets.
Puppets
So here's the
with
deal. There
Problems.
was this 70s TV show called Are We Trippin'? And it got canceled. And what are the puppets going to do? They got no place to go, no jobs. So they all move into one apartment to save on rent. Now, when you get that many puppets in one apartment, you get problems. So it's basically puppets with problems. There's
Puppets.
Little Tommy Tools. There's Vinny the cop. Fran
And
the
you did all these
fireman.
voices,
I do 12 different voices.
12 of the voices.
I do 12.
And people can
different.
see these now. So
without a
if
doubt, yeah.
people like and subscribe
Yep.
to
Good
our channel, I mean, which is free, right? It's a great thing. We got great people here, mostly. Right?
Yeah. I mean, what do I care? Like, dude, you don't understand. Like, I made 12 different characters. Like I have all the puppets. I have like doubles of them. You guys don't even know how I don't. All the new stuff I keep to myself because it's like, you dude.
So,
the 50-year-old guy that does a paranormal podcast and plays with puppets. Where am I? What am I to say? Right?
Somebody's going to be looking you up tonight. You know that. Somebody that's listening right now is going to be
Dude, the puppets are funny. Dave, have you ever seen the puppets? Yeah, have you ever seen the puppets?
They used to be on the news with us.
They used to be on the news. I actually had them. I did a couple of new clips of them. They used to be on the news. It used to drive Gene nuts. Yeah.
Why don't you bring them back on once in a while?
Dave, didn't people like the
you
puppets
should.
too? Wasn't that the messed up part?
What's that?
Didn't people like the puppets too?
That was like their favorite part of the show. They didn't care about us.
Why don't you?
I don't
Me
know.
and Mandy would enjoy it.
Yes.
We would enjoy it.
Yeah.
Just go. I think they might actually be linked to our page, legitpodcast.com. Actually, on social media, it's legit podcast, DOTCOM. We spell it out. Send back to you.
Okay. So there's also the John Zappis Museum. We know who he is, so I'm going to skip over him. But we don't know about the Bangkok Forensic Museum in Thailand. So they've got displayed preserved bodies of the most notorious criminals and serial killers over there that you can actually see.
Did you skip over Frank Zappa to go to Thailand?
I did because everybody knows who Frank Zappis is, and you're taking up too much of my time. So,
Zappis?
To consolidate, I'm trying to get things that people don't know.
Spell the last name of Frank.
Zappis. Zaffis.
Dave,
Zappis.
you know I'm thinking about a different person, right?
Yeah.
All right. I thought you were talking about Frank Zappa, the guitar player. I'm like, I would love to hear about his museum. He would have an amazing museum.
I would have very much discussed Frank Zappa's museum and Moon Units too.
Moon Unit, and then what was the son's name? Ooh, he was on MTV too. He was a host.
Yeah, he was.
Dweezil Zappa,
yeah.
Great guitar player, actually.
Yep. See, I know who you're talking about.
I know my Zappas. All right. You good, Cyn? Is it Mandy's turn? You got more. Okay. I
can let Mandy talk.
Oh, go ahead. I want to hear one more good one. I know you got some good ones.
One more good one?
Like a
oh goodness. Okay. Here's one. El Museo de las Momias in Huanta something, Mexico. You walk in and you stroll through an open grave because it's preserved bodies of the victims of the 1833 cholera outbreak. They lined the halls, the rooms, and were acquired if families couldn't afford to pay a grave tax and bury their loved ones. So they just sat from there.
That's gross.
That is gross, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, I'm still. I would rather go to a Frank Zappa museum so far. That's the best one that I've actually heard.
Sicily has one too of the similar. Sicily has one also.
Of Frank Zappa?
No, it's more. But it was for their friars and monks.
Oh.
And you can just walk into the catacombs there, and in 1599 they discovered a new way to embalm their fallen friars where it all started, and it became a status symbol to be added to the collection, dressed in your finest clothes, and then the catacombs were developed into a human library.
Here's a question for you. You know the religious area. What I don't even know the name. I'm blanking on it. It's its own city.
Where the Pope is?
Yes.
Vatican City?
Yes. Okay. All right. If someone said to you, "Hey, I can take you to the basement, show you what's really deep down inside there," would you actually go? 'Cause
Yeah.
I knew.
Only if I had several people with me and we legitimately
that's not how it
knew we
works.
were coming back out.
That was not in the question. It's just if they could tell you that they wanted to bring you down and show you
No,
what's really
I wouldn't
down
go
there.
by myself. Not by myself, no.
I wouldn't go, period. You don't want to. You don't, Dave?
I would be afraid that I wouldn't return from that trip. So, I mean, I would love to see what's down there, but I don't think I would survive the journey.
Mandy?
I don't know. I'd have to have a lot of people with me because I'd be afraid of not finding my way out.
There it is. So we all individually would say no.
Yeah.
You don't want to know that alone. That's where you go like, oh boy, I'm going to find out stuff.
Yeah, because you are.
Joe Pesci and Goodfellas. Like, oh,
I'm going to need a rope or something or something to mark the way wherever I'm going.
Reese's Pieces like E.T.?
Yeah, there we go.
All your way down? They'd be like, why is she dropped? Never mind. Mandy, what do you got on the docket?
All right, so I'm going to be talking about Athens, Ohio. This is there's a university in Athens, Ohio, claimed to be very haunted. So it is claimed by some to be one of the most haunted places in the world. This university is believed to be haunted by spirits from the former Athens lunatic asylum. After opening in 1874, the asylum quickly became overcrowded and rumors swirled around the treatment of the patients within. In December 1978, patient Margaret Schilling went missing, and a month later, her body was found by a maintenance worker. It is said that a clear imprint of her hair and dress are visible on the floor where she was found. Despite the area being cleaned repeatedly, the asylum is...
Stop. Crazy people in 1874. Am I with you so far? Right?
Yeah.
Got overcrowded, which is a scary thought because that makes me think that there's not a bunch of crazy people all of a sudden, but maybe a place to put people to, kind of mess with them and treat them badly and, make them go through the whole rigmarole. You've seen the movie with Jack Nicholson. All right. Then 1978, this woman goes missing.
Uh-huh.
Everything happens in the 70s. Haven't we always spoken about that? Crazy stuff happened in the 70s. Everything always goes back to okay. Fast forward. Now they've cleaned everything and there's still this imprint of this woman.
Yes.
Okay. We're all up to speed.
It says the asylum is also allegedly haunted by the ghost of the empowering patients who were buried in anonymous graves in a potter's field. At one who buried in anonymous graves is what the hell? Sorry. At one point in the field, the graves form a circle, which is said to be a meeting place of witches. Now, this place that I'm talking about, it has so many different, the university, the lunatic asylum, the graveyard, and there's another place, the Bush Hall. All of these places is so strange. It turns out to be a pentagon on the map. It's very creepy.
Wait. So all these haunted places, if mapped out, would say yarn. Would be I like to say yarn. My mom used to take me to like this a yarn shop. Like, how does a yarn shop stay open nowadays? Imagine you just sold yarn. There's no way you stay open. But back in the 70s, you could just sell yarn. I'm sorry. So it makes a pentagon, and that can't be good. What's in the middle?
Well, it says there are a number of different locations on the campus that are said to be haunted, including the Brown House, where ghostly swimming children can be heard splashing around in a long gone swimming pool. Jefferson Hall is said to have a marble sound, which happens most often on the top floor of the building and is the sound of someone dropping hundreds of marbles on the floor above you. Washington Hall is believed to have an entire ghostly girls basketball team lurking inside its building, but mostly in the hallway over the arch that connects the hall with the road with Reed Hall. Another version of the story includes a men's basketball team that haunts the top floor in the attic, which used to be a rec room.
So wait. The men's basketball team, right, with their regular size ball, play in the attic, and then the women with the smaller multicolored ball play downstairs in the actual gym
And in the hall.
Yeah.
and in the hall.
In the hall. Okay.
So basically, you're watching like a 14 to 12 game in the hall. It doesn't seem right to me. I'm sorry. Doesn't seem right. I feel like the guys get gypped on that one. They should be no offense, guys. The women don't even watch women's basketball. It's just a fact. Like, no one watches it. No, you don't. You don't watch it. Do you watch it?
I have. Yes.
Do you watch it? Do you watch it?
My college. Yes. My college.
The pros.
Yes.
The pros.
No.
Do you watch? No one watches it. All right. That's a problem.
God, why are you?
NBA.
Why are you just so?
I'm having fun. This is just fun for me. I'm really just trying to get someone mad at me so that they'll do that because that's fun. I'm poking the bear basically.
I'm here for you.
I get it, Mandy.
It said Bush Hall is also said to have the marble sounds along with a poltergeist who haunts the place by turning the water faucets on and off and messing with the lights. At Shively Hall, a student in the 1970s was said to have participated in cult ceremonies at the nearby Hanning Cemetery, and when she stopped, she experienced a number of eerie things in her dorm room. Stories say she said she would have feelings of being pulled to northeast back towards the cemetery. And there's another area, one more. The Volt Hall, Perkins Hall, Cutler Hall, and Crawford Hall, and Wilson Hall are also among the spots on the campus that have paranormal activity. There's also said to be a door that has if you look at it long enough, you can see an image of a face. But I have actually seen this, and that is just your mind's trying to see, images that look like a face. Yeah. Matrix. Yeah.
So it's scientifically proven that if you stare at your face, I think, what was it, in the mirror for, is it 40-something minutes, that you will see your face distort because your brain gets tired of looking at the same thing. It's actually a fact. Secondly,
mine does that for 30 seconds.
Yeah?
Yeah, I get tired of looking at mine.
The other thing is colleges make up stories. That's the only problem I have with that whole thing. Like, they make up lore. They make up stories that stick around the college for a while. Like, you hear about that kid that this happened to? Like, everybody knows somebody that I don't even want to say it, but like everybody knows somebody that had the same thing happen to them. There's like one person in each group. You know what I mean? Like those old like rumors that would be spread or stuff like that.
But if you look on the area where Athens, Ohio is on the map and take those places that I talked about, it does circle out a pentagon. It is creepy. And with the history there, lots of bad stuff there.
But could a couple of college people though put together that pentagon and be like, "Ooh, let's pick this one."
There was a story, and I've even heard of this, where someone was dabbling in bad, dark stuff that they shouldn't have been, and had bad things happen in their dorm. I mean, it was pretty bad. And I also heard that someone did something horrible to themselves. I won't say what they did, but passed away in one of the dorms because of what they did, messing around with the darker things. And it is said one of the dorms is said to be haunted by this female that was messing around with the darker things.
We actually have a friend of the shows that will be having his show. He just got done filming his show for a certain streaming service that involves his story of his ghost encounter while at college in his dorm. We had him on the show a couple times. He's a really great guy.
It's got
Crazy
an interesting story too.
Yeah, it's a crazy story. What's funny is they're doing a whole like streaming series of it. But if you go listen to our original podcast with them, spoiler alert, because he just told us stuff. And we were like, wow. I was like, what? It was just, and I believed him. Like, in other words, he immediately, you believe him. That's the weird thing about this kid. Like, he's a really nice guy, and he's genuine. So when you listen to him, you go, okay. Like, that's crazy that happened to you, but I believe you. But colleges in general, Mandy, they make up stuff. But
yeah, I'm sure. But there truly is a lunatic asylum right there next to the college, and actually it might be something that they use for the college to this day.
I love lunatic asylum. What a great name for a place! Like they would never call a place like that. Or a band, yeah, lunatic asylum. But like you're never gonna see like Providence Medical Lunatic Asylum anymore. You'll never see that ever again on a sign unless, like you said, Dave, if they're banned. Basically, allegedly. Mandy, anything else?
No, that's all I got.
What would you guys like to say to wrap it up? Cyn, you first.
I have been invited to Athens, Alabama on the 25th of November for a local authors book signing day. So I'm really excited about that. It's going to be at Athens State University, and come by and see me. It's the 25th from 9 until 2. So please come by.
Awesome.
My books are on Amazon.
And the name of the book is the newest one?
The new one is Realm of Shadows, True Ghost Stories and Eerie Tales. Check it out.
And how do you look you up on Amazon?
Cyn Shrader Hill Author.
Okay. Mandy.
All right. If you want to see some live paranormal stuff going on at haunted locations, you can tune into Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and you can watch us ladies doing our lives, doing our investigations.
What's the name of the group?
If you're interested, you can also find me on Facebook under Intuitive Medium Mandy.
What's the name of the group?
Oh, Ghost Sisters. Sorry.
Of. Isn't it of Ohio?
Ohio.
We used to be Ghost Sisters of Marion, Ohio, but now it's just Ghost Sisters.
No, it's just Ghost Sisters.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's almost like a rap group. David.
I have a story in Cyn's new book, so go buy that book.
I think I'm in your book too, Cyn. Right?
Yes.
Yes.
You have.
Yes.
Yeah.
One of these kids is doing his own thing.
Yeah, but you have a story coming out in the next book.
Oh.
Right?
I'll tell you what, I did, though, release my Christmas book that is 6 different short stories made for kids, but geared at adults. Like, I'm really trying to get to adults' heads and pose the question, if enough people believe in something, is it not real? If there's a group of people that just absolutely blindly believe in something, it's real. I don't know how else to explain that. I know I sound crazy, but it is to me. So the whole Santa thing, I think, is something that gets totally underlooked around this time. Everybody fights about spell it with CHRIST, put an X, all this stuff, say happy holidays, don't say this, don't say that. If we just focus on the concept of Santa and how Santa at a base level just makes kids happy. Like, what do we all want to be? Happy. Yep. There's no better, like, I don't know. He should be so much bigger again. Like, if we all believed in Santa, we'd all be happy.
That's right.
That's my
And
theory. But then again, Dave, we've been drinking eggnog here at the North Pole for like how long now?
Over an hour.
Yeah. So
does Mandy know that she's in your new book as well as David?
Yeah.
Do they know?
Did you guys see the story? There's one of the
I
stories
did.
about.
I did. So not only are we in Cyn's book, but we're in Mike's book. So.
Yep.
Awesome.
Go find them on Amazon for us.
I got the digital Kindle one down to $1. Because here's what I found out. I actually made a kid giggle.
Oh.
Win.
Aww.
That's a win with a Christmas book.
That's some Christmas magic there.
Right?
There you
right?
go.
You can make a kid laugh, you're in. That's all I wanted to do. But if you're an adult, feel free to read it because I'm trying to tell you something. All right.
And it's not long. It's not long.
Oh, 24. I had to bump it to 24 pages so that it would accept it. I just want to make a kid's book. I was going to illustrate it, but I'm like, screw that. I think people need to read these in general because I'm really aiming at adults. There's a lot of technology in there. There's a lot of Santa quits, all this stuff. Like, it's, again, written as like kid-like as I could, but I wanted adults to, do the old, the slap of the face. When someone comes up, you need like a, what's it called? Like a, Dave, what is it called when you go like pap, 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 pap? It's not brushed. There's a term for it when you do that to someone's face, like you pop them back and forth really fast.
I can't think of it.
That's not the car wash. Forget it. Nothing else from anybody? No, and no. So for Cyn Shrader Hill, author, for The Machine, Mandy, for Dreamy David Barr, it is me, Michael Lepper King, Mike Others was legit. Paranormal News brought to you by Legit Podcast.com. Rini will not be on tonight with Into the Legit Darkness. She'll be back, I think, next week. Tomorrow night we have at 8:05 Legit Paranormal Clips, followed by Legit Paranormal 101. Now, we also have big news coming for January 1st, 2024. I think we're going to be up to 12 shows. I am at Paranormal Roulette. Legit Paranormal Roulette is on the board. There's actually, and I think it's going to happen, Dave. It's not for us. It would be Legit Ladies Spill the Tea. And it's going to be women talking about us as if they would really talk about us. And I've got a couple of really good hosts for this that are going to just destroy us. So just you don't watch the show during that hour. But there's actually a bunch of other shows that we're going to be working on. So thank you. We will see you tomorrow, and we